The busy doing nothing.
Busy doing nothing.
Busy doing nothing.
Busy Doing Nothing podcast.
And she'll make fun of his disabilities and shit. He's like, you and your fucked up ass knees. Like,
I felt that one. That
And he probably just was just like, whatever, like,
I'm
paying no
offended.
mind.
no, he argues back with them.
Oh, he did?
Fuck you too, you dead ass bitch. Like, it's bad. It's really bad. So they were like, they're
remind me of Malcolm and Marie.
outliers of the generation because they fuss like bad. Like,
I mean, yeah, there's always going to be, variations,
But you
but
played with him, so you probably seen the side that most people didn't see.
I did.
But they
Right.
stuck around. Look,
Yeah,
they
they
still
still
stuck around.
together,
They
like-
stuck around with each other. Our generation just don't be wanting to do that shit because we
I would-
don't have to.
Yeah.
Like, we really don't.
Yeah.
And we just go on about our lives. Like,
Like, what you say, Baba Mama? All
Right.
well, fuck you. And then
And his
move on.
relationship.
Yeah.
you got 30 days.
Get the fuck out of my house.
Our older generation, they just stay together because
Yeah.
they stay together. And I think it's not. I don't think it's because of like
Just for
Because
fun.
they had
wanting to be. I think it's just they just had to be. They
Because
had
they had
to.
less options of
Yeah,
everything.
like it was just less options. Like it's
They
so
were
many
probably
factors.
more realistic about their situation. Like,
That's
if
what I'm saying.
if I divorce such and such, I'm
But
65
it's like, yeah, 'cause
years
it's
old.
like
What I'm
us,
going to do?
our
There was no
generation.
internet like that, you know.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you can get on the internet and he's like,
They got websites for old people to get
And
together
think
now.
about the opportunities too, like the job opportunities too, because especially for black people.
Yeah.
Say like for black people, it was just like if I leave this person, damn, like I ain't
Women
got no
especially
like
back
women
then.
have no
Yeah,
job,
yeah,
like
find a job and
yeah,
shit.
gotta find a job. So it was just like they had all these other things that they had to
Kids
take
and
in.
all that, yeah.
Whereas for us, like
I think
we
the whole
don't gotta do
landscape was
that.
different back then because it was like you said, it was harder for black women to get work. So it was like, how am I going to support my
Mm-hmm.
family? Back then, I don't think a lot of people were blending families like that. Like on some like the grandfather or whoever may have had a second family, but you didn't know about it until he died and it was all at the funeral. So there was not no blended family.
was
So
a
a woman would be
secret
like, all right, if I
family,
divorce
yeah.
this man and all back then it was having like, 6 to 8 kids and all of this football team of kids that I got, ain't no man about to take me because. You know why? They was more realistic about it. So it was like, all right, let me just stick this through.
Yeah,
and
I'm gonna just
and
stick with
deal with this.
him. I got
And then it
6
was,
kids with him.
You know, it was a
Yeah,
stronger.
yeah,
I guess,
kids.
yeah, I guess it
Right.
was a stronger.
He's still a
religious
good man.
aspect to it.
Like
Right.
Men gonna be men type shit.
yeah.
And it was probably still more of a stronger religious aspect too back then when people
Yeah.
got married. You know, because nowadays, I mean,
We don't gotta do that. Like we
Yeah.
don't have to do that. We don't have to deal with none of that
Yeah,
shit.
people our age don't really rely on religion as much anymore.
right. So it's just like the religious aspect of this is a godly union of two people that can never be
That's
unbroken.
fine.
That's
You
all
know what I
I
mean?
care
Like-
about getting married.
Somebody cheat on somebody. It's like online dating is right there. Like,
Right.
like it's,
And like I said, back then, you 65,
Yeah,
60
like-
plus, you're not gonna find nobody 60 plus that's rare, you know what I mean, ready to go. But now they got apps for old people specifically.
Yeah.
Find another old person to date. You know what I mean? So it's like,
that's the difference, for real. So would y'all say that love is harder to find? Would be harder to find then?
nowadays.
Because people
Back then?
Because no, I'm talking about. Well, when was it harder to find?
Back
Back
then?
then
It was
or
probably hard to
now?
find back then.
I don't know if love
Because
per
the
se
world was a
hard.
lot
Or
bigger
somebody
back
you
then.
want to be
Fuck.
with?
I feel like it was easier back then
Yeah.
because
Easy to find love back then?
yeah, because you had to get to know people more intimately
True.
because it wouldn't just be
Meet them through families and shit.
yeah that and just like the type of dates probably you would go on. It would be a lot more talking. There'd probably be a lot more things where you're doing stuff together and not just like the shit we probably would do together, like probably watch Netflix. They would actually have to go on like dates or actual real shit. So they would spend more like time, like FaceTime, learning about each other. So they probably would feel people out more.
I feel like we spend a lot more time talking to each other before we
Actually,
see each
like,
other.
yeah.
So yeah, too. I feel like back then they would go.
Like,
You know,
pretty, I'm
you.
pretty. Let's have it.
Yeah, back then they would go hang out with each other. You had no
You meet
choice.
somebody, by the
You
time
didn't
you
really
meet them,
have
you've already
a.
established
Like,
a
you didn't
date.
really have a phone to talk to nobody before then. So you had to see them in person to talk and get to know them. Now we be texting each other like we
For like
do-
a week,
right
you
before
link
you
up.
even do anything. So yeah.
Yeah, because back
That's
then
really
you
true.
see a woman you like, dude probably had to set a date with her right then and there. Like next Friday we gonna
Yeah,
go
so
out and
I
do-
just think about my parents because like even like when I talk about my parents, like my parents grew up in poverty. So it was like my father would say he didn't even have a house phone, but he liked my mother so much he would go to his best friend's house just to go call my mother and speak to her on the
That's
phone. because he liked her so much. So he just would go over their house like every couple of times a week to go speak to her. And if he couldn't, he would ride his bike all the way to my mother's house just to like see it. So, and that was just the fact that they didn't have phones, cell phones then and nothing like. So that's real different.
Yeah.
That's real different.
I don't know. I feel like it's the opposite though. I feel like the world has shrunk so much. You can come in contact with so many different people. It's easier to find somebody that you feel like you might connect with. Now, granted, it might be a superficial connection because you're only going off of whatever it is that they're showing you. But because you can come in contact with so many more people so much easier, you don't think that this person that I met right here is going to be the love of my life, because it's like all I got to do is hop back on this app, swipe right a couple more times, and I'll find another one. So, I don't know. I think back then, I do see a woman, because the world was so much bigger then, like it was areas that you would never even explore. Most people didn't even go outside of their own cities. For real. So it's like you see a chick then, back then you like this is the most beautiful girl I'm ever gonna meet in my life. I want to marry her right now. Type joint. I mean, maybe that's just TV.
The world was so smaller then, like because you did fall in love with the person in the neighborhood.
A lot of people did.
Like,
marrying their high school
like high school sweethearts or neighborhood
I was
whatever.
like my mother and father, they high school sweethearts. So like, yeah. But that's definitely not for me and my sister. Like, it's not the case for me and my sister.
This jalapeno here really is a game changer.
Yeah.
And I taste it, but it's not spicy
It's not
like
spicy.
I thought it was gonna be.
It just tastes like jalapeno.
Right. Let me get this out of the way because I know that camera looking straight at it. But yeah, I think the traditional sense, the most optimal traditional sense nowadays in terms of household responsibilities is like, if you can, the dude pays maybe like the mortgage or the rent, something like that. The woman can pay the utilities and gross, the smaller bills, where the dude takes on the bulk of, or the larger portion of it, because it's like, that's still providing with some supplementation. Because the economy back then is different than the economy we have now. One working wage isn't really enough. Yeah, it isn't really enough to financially support a household, especially with being less trades offered to the black community nowadays like it was back then. You could come out of high school with a trade back in the day and live off of that. And now, you basically working at wherever you can work, and sometimes it's not enough.
There's so many older people who like barely finished school or didn't finish school at all that's getting like pensions because they worked at places so good and they well off, but they just save money.
Like factories and like
Bethlehem Steel.
warehouses.
Everybody's grandparents I know worked at Bethlehem Steel.
Yeah, and like warehouses and stuff.
And then they got that whatever that check was that came out on the commercial. People was getting sick or whatever. It was one of those. Have you or any of your loved ones ever had?
Oh, that's for
everything.
I was like, that's for everything. Yeah,
Mesothelioma.
Yeah, mesothelioma. That's exactly what it was.
You may be entitled to compensation.
Yeah. I don't know where else to go with this. I think we ran through everything.
I'm pretty sure we did. We did that pretty effectively today.
Right. It's pretty choppy, but that's the wrong button.
Yeah.
Oh, did we take the call?
No.
Okay.
We went an hour and some change. I just poured this too. I gotta drink this and then take a shot.
Jesus. Or you could just get another cup. Take a shot. Okay.
I ain't going out like that.
Oh, we got.
I could finish that water and then pour it in there, but
I didn't touch my Gatorade today. I'm geeking.
it's still good, even when I gotta drink it in like large gulps, because I was like, oh.
I don't know if it's because the edible is like in full effect. I can't feel the alcohol anymore. Like.
Yeah, that's probably. You want two different.
Yeah.
Shot price still gonna be fucking gross.
I feel like the shot's still gonna be nasty.
Yeah. If anything, it's gonna pull you back together.
Nah, it's not.
But you remember what nasty tastes like.
I should have brought a bigger piece for you guys. I should have brought each of you guys a roll for yourselves then, because I really have a whole big ass banana.
Yeah, that would have been nice.
I just didn't know how strong they was.
That's what had me cranking up.
Oh, I'm the only one who drinks my drink. I'm
I was
saying patience.
cracking up.
Well, you the main one talking about it.
Crying. Like, literal
I don't
tears
even know
rolling
what I
down
was
your face.
laughing at. I don't know what I was laughing at. I'm ready to look at this video to see what I was laughing at.
Leave me alone. Oh shit.
I'm gonna have to figure out how to
No, I can't move
how to
on.
even
Okay.
edit that.
Why you fucking like, we can't, when you push the button, it don't start the
Well,
vibration?
yeah, when you hit that, it don't.
Right, it don't start
It
the
don't. It
vibration.
didn't. So I don't want to slide it down because she don't know I boofed on her. So I guess I'm stuck listening to this till she stops.
Was that a back-to-back call?
Are we pulling the shots now?
I'm pouring mine. I'm not looking forward to this. I should have.
I'm gonna get the best sleep today.
That's a shot, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's probably a little more than
So if we don't finish that, are you gonna go home and finish that to turn that into a link?
Yeah.
Oh
I'm
god.
sorry to hear that. Well, if you use it to make another drink, then another one of these.
I
Then
thought that was just ringtone. I said, what?
oh no. Do people still do ringtones?
No,
If,
some
like,
people.
if we don't finish it, yeah, I'm gonna probably pour it
Make
in
into another one.
another drink, yeah. The last little bit.
I remember I used to be playing the ringtones in high school. I used to sell them.
I remember going to the store and security getting
I used to
buying
do
ringtones for
I
$1.
used to sell them, but I used to do them for people in high school.
Well, if I knew you did, I would have.
Ringtones were $1, weren't they?
Yeah, that was like, they used to, because I used to buy razor for $1.
What do y'all think about? I seen that post that they were showing like all of these different artists, and it was like who's a legend and who's not legends, and they said y'all glorifying people like XX Tentacion and what's the other dude's name? What's the other dude's name? Juice WRLD, calling them legends, and it was like your legends are still alive, and they had a picture of Soulja Boy and Bow Wow.
Soulja Boy is a legend.
I think Soulja Boy is a legend too.
I think he is, but I mean, if I'm
Well, he's
being
just
honest,
not a
if I'm
legend,
because Bow Wow is a clown now, but he
But
is
Bow Wow's still a
in terms
legend.
of his resume and
Yeah.
what he's done. You would consider him a legend. He was the
Bow's-
youngest rap or the
He's
youngest
a-
artist to go
He's a
platinum.
staple in hip hop for a nice little bit.
Yeah,
Right.
I think Bow Wow is still a legend.
I think they are. I think they would be considered legends, and I think God forbid, if one of them were to die, everything that people be talking about them in terms of their persona and their perception of them would be changed. They would be talking about all of the things that they did well. So it's like if you know that this is true about somebody, why not? You can acknowledge it. I mean, yeah, Bow Wow's a clown right now. Like,
Yeah.
there's no denying it. But there's
I'm
also
gonna say
no.
R.I.P. when he passed away, but he's still a clown.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but there's also no denying.
But he also
The-
not Bow Wow no more.
Yeah.
Shad Moss.
Oh yeah, you're right. Yeah. But there's also you can't deny what he did, and you also can't deny what Soulja Boy did. And even though Soulja
I
Boy,
hate that people call Soulja
Big
Boy
Soulja.
Big Draco unironically.
that's what he goes by now.
What's
I
wrong?
fucking guess.
That's what he want to be called, Big Draco Soldier, whatever.
Oh my god.
I didn't know that.
Like, y'all gonna
Right.
stop playing with Big Draco. Like, shut up, Soulja Boy.
They trolling like how niggas was with Lil B when niggas used to go so hard for Lil B. At least that's what I think.
I hope that's what it is.
I never was a fan of him either.
No.
I was a fan of Lil B just because it was so stupid and outlandish.
He followed me on Twitter back then too.
Yeah, I heard he used to really like people who would say he was whack. He would like follow you.
Yeah, he would follow him.
Yeah,
Cause he followed me.
because he said he was whack.
I did.
Oh,
Wow.
He followed hella people.
Mm.
He just was like this funny guy. Like he really trolling. Y'all really getting mad. Like y'all really entertaining. This
Yeah,
nigga,
he
he's trolling.
he was god awful. That was probably the worst. If there was a top 5 worst rapper list, I would put him on it.
I don't know. Sweat Like Wonton Sweet was fire.
I don't even know what that
His
is.
rap
but-
skills suck, but I feel
Sweat
like he has some type of marketing skills.
Yeah, Sweat Like
Like he has
He was
some.
the one person
he's-
who was like,
Yeah, I mean, you gotta be good at marketing
yeah,
and
he has some
product.
really good
Yeah. I feel like
marketing
people who
skills.
have
As
people
far
who
as
got
a
trash
businessman.
products and that still do well, you
That's what I'm
gotta be
saying,
good at
like,
marketing.
so I feel like
He built a whole career on social media.
Like that's what I'm saying. Like
On
I feel
Twitter.
like he do got some like he.
So
he
y'all
got
would consider him a
something with-
legend?
No, not his talent. He isn't. He is.
I mean, if we talking talent, then I wouldn't consider Soulja Boy or Bow Wow a legend. But I'm talking about the difference Talent-wise,
Soulja still
But-
considered talent because it takes some creativity to create them dances at that time
Talent.
to do something and be the first person to do it.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I'm saying like
Everybody else had the blueprint.
that takes a talent to do, and I'm talking about talent in terms of like how we was talking about Ludacris earlier. Like
sure, okay.
Ludacris is actually nice. Soulja Boy, he made history, but I would never listen. I don't know no Soulja Boy albums. I know the song he came out with, some of the songs he came out with. I never listened to a Soulja Boy album. I don't think I've ever listened to a Bow Wow album, but I know what he's done in terms of the history and the difference that he made.
Lil Bow Wow was only cool when I was in elementary school.
I mean,
But his
yeah.
first album when he was a little kid, that's the album I had,
But
and that
even-
was the one
Lil
that
Bow
was
Wow.
yeah.
You just don't know.
And that was me. That makes him a legend for me for that
Yeah,
album.
and he had a little
But-
resurgence in his
I don't know
when we
if
was
I
in
would
middle
call him
school
a
or high
legend
school.
still, though.
I think
did,
he is the
he
youngest
did
artist to ever go
when he
platinum.
did the song with Sierra Omar.
Oh, yeah.
That was
Oh,
like
yeah.
was that in high school or middle school?
That was
Middle
in
school.
middle school.
So
Yeah.
yeah, so that Sierra and Omarion run, that was
Yeah.
pretty like fire.
But that wasn't. That's not a legend. Period. I wouldn't say that's legend.
I
That's
think
a
it's
legendary
just-
stretch.
I think it's-
I was young.
I still don't think
Yeah.
it's legendary. I think it's nostalgic for people
Yeah.
that's in our age group.
Yeah,
but I don't think
right.
it's legendary.
That was it. The legendary period is literally when he was a kid and that CD that he had.
I think I wouldn't even call it.
that. It's not legendary.
I wouldn't
It's more
call it
so nostalgic,
legendary.
because that was important to us. Like
It was
little kids-
nostalgic, and I
little
would say
kids
that was
look
Yeah,
at-
his
you're right.
renaissance.
Little kids
Like,
would look
this
at
is-
Bow Wow now and be like, I don't know who
This
that
shit
is.
I don't
trash.
know because to me, I feel like it's no other little kid I
You
can
don't-
think
you don't
of
hear no
other than
Bow Wow at cookouts.
Lil Romeo.
Nah,
That's
no.
the.
Do you hear Bow Wow at cookouts?
No.
I hear Cheney
You hear
at
Michael
cookouts
Jackson
before I
and
hear
Jackson
Bow Wow.
5 cookouts. They
I
were
honestly
kids.
hear
You
right
hear DMX
there.
at cookouts.
I would hear right there before I heard a Bow Wow song.
And
at
Chinky
cookout.
is definitely not a
You
legend.
hear
And he's not.
But I think people
You-
would go off if they did put a Bow Wow song from that CD that I'm talking about, though.
I don't.
I truly and honestly think that feeling is just nostalgia, and I think
I'm gonna try it one day. I'm gonna host an event.
Yeah,
and
like
I'm gonna
put
play.
that one song
old-
from his first album, the Kitty.
I don't know what's a Bow Wow considered classic song, but I'm gonna put on one of his whatever is considered a
The
classic
one-
Bow Wow
First
song.
one, the one with Sierra and the one with Omar.
Like you?
But
No,
that's
if
not
it's
the
about
one
when
I'm talking
Taylor
about.
talking about-
I'm talking
when you talking about when he
his
was a
first
kid,
season, like his first song or something. Yeah, that song.
No, that Bow Wow Wow hit me, yo, hit me.
Yeah, like something like that. With my dog.
Okay, I'm gonna host an event.
Not that
and
song
it's
though.
gonna
That's
be
not even
random.
that
It's gonna
song.
be random.
I'm like, not that
Random.
song
If
though.
we didn't have this conversation and I came to an event and you played that fucking song, I would turn around to wherever you were in the
And you
fucking
playing that
restaurant.
like that song?
Oh,
I would be
good,
like, what the
DJ.
fuck?
I'm gonna make sure it's not my next thing. It's gonna be random. Y'all not gonna see it coming either. And by the time it comes on, y'all gonna be drunk. Y'all not gonna remember this conversation.
I can't even
So
think of any other songs.
it's going. I'm gonna put it on and I'm
No.
gonna see if it
But
has
think
a
about it.
legendary effect. Because there's certain songs that don't matter. Like you said, the Cash Money joint. You can put that on at any time, anywhere, and people will know it, and they gonna run to the dance floor. I want to. I mean.
It
even though I
might be
do
the middle
consider
school
Bow
songs
Wow
that probably hit
So
better
what
than that
y'all
little
saying-
kid song. The middle school songs gonna hit better than the
That's 'cause
than
it's
that first
nostalgia.
one. Yeah,
Yeah.
But
the first one, yeah, it's not gonna hit.
so what y'all say? Meek Mill, Dreams and Nightmares.
Not like Lil Sammy song. Lil Sammy song
song
gonna
is
hit
dope.
more. Lil Sammy song gonna hit better than Bow Wow.
They never got old.
I think that was a song that Baltimore hyped up more so than probably the rest of the world, kind of like the Gucci
Well,
song.
legendary for Baltimore. So yeah, that's
Okay.
the point. That's a
What
good
song?
Yeah, the Meek Mill
Dreams and
intro.
Nightmares.
Oh,
I think
Yeah.
in Baltimore, yeah, that might be a legendary song because
I
that
don't think it's
Gucci
just
song.
Baltimore though, because you can Google that. And
Probably
people,
Philly,
it's a
too.
lot of people. That
I'm sure it is, but I feel like even still, like if you went to like I don't know,
this is Philly
If
too.
you go
Look.
North Dakota,
nobody's gonna
if
go
you
off
go
that song.
anywhere play that song, I guarantee you, because just the energy from the
I
song.
feel like
but
it's
hold
the
on a
same
minute.
energy.
Yo, the whole
as-
finish?
I
The
feel like
Gucci
it's the
song, right?
That, but I feel like it's the same energy like as Knuck If You Butt.
Oh, well,
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
Oh shit!
I thought that was still this. I was like, wait a minute,
It's
no,
the
I
same
got.
energy as
I did the same shit like
Yeah.
10 years ago.
It's the same energy as Eye of the Tiger. Because you know how Eye of the Tiger gets you pumped up?
You lost me.
I'm just this.
The Meek Mill
You're
song.
like, think about it. Because Eye of the Tiger really gets you like pumped. You really
Like,
you,
it's the
I feel like if you went to like somewhere
Yeah.
like. I feel like if you went somewhere to like Arkansas and North Dakota and put
I
that on,
Tiger ain't my song.
I'm not saying
People gonna be
like,
like,
but that's the kind of appeal it has.
I had to
Yeah.
tell you, do be rocking.
Yeah,
That's
but it do
That's
rock,
like
but
the
they
appeal
ain't.
that everybody know that shit. It has that kind of appeal.
Yeah.
Because I think a
Dream
handful of white
Nightmares?
people, I think it has that kind of, because I know white people know that song.
They do, but
No, they know that song. Thanks to Twitter and everything else that they steal from social media, they know that song. They
It
know when
depends
they
on
hear
the white
that-
person that you talking
I'm telling
to.
you, even the ones that don't know, because they're going to see other people, don't like, oh, I think it's that.
It's because the whole way the nigga y'all thought I was finished turned into like a TikTok type. Yeah.
I went out with white coworkers and we went to was a game. What is that shit in Towson?
Yeah. Oh no.
And we went to the back part where they played the
Bolero?
black music.
Game is where the casino
Game
is.
is downtown by the casino.
Yeah, Horseshoe.
I don't remember the name of it,
It's
but
by Horseshoe. Yeah, game.
is that what I'm talking about? Then?
Yeah.
You said Towson, so you probably talking about that be bowling?
You talking about Rec Room then?
Rec Room.
Oh, okay.
So
Yeah.
in the front they play all the white music, in the black they play all the trap music.
All the way to the back.
So we went in the back,
That shit
and
don't have
that
a
shit
feeling.
came on, and me and my homegirl started going up, and my white coworkers like,
Yeah, they don't know that shit.
Was Twitter popping like it was?
yeah, this was like
They
2015.
don't know that shit. It's
What?
certain, it's
TikTok?
levels to black
TikTok
music
didn't
though.
exist.
Like the
Exactly. So
black
that's what I'm
music they
saying.
know.
Now,
So you think that song had a
dancing to
resurgence
Dreams and
because of social
Nightmares
media?
on TikTok though? I never seen a TikTok go viral from that song.
No.
Will has been more
not that
prevalent
song.
recently than he has been in 2015 just because of the court case. He hanging with fucking white dude that owned the Patriots and shit.
Robert Kraft.
Robert Kraft. So he's been more prevalent and people would like do more research. I feel like people.
I still feel
No,
like
I don't
that
think so.
song.
No, that's what I say. Not that song.
I don't think. I don't.
They
I don't-
still allow lingo, but they
I
don't
think
know all the songs.
it's going to be a legendary song here, just like the Gucci
Yeah.
song, the Baltimore two-step Gucci
Photo
song.
Shoot?
No, not photo shoot. The other one. I don't even know
I
the
think
name.
Photo
Of,
Shoot
I don't
is
even
not
know the
here.
name of the song, but I know the beat and I know when the good Kush burning nigga in the kitchen.
Oh,
good,
yeah.
good, that.
But
Yeah,
my car is good.
right.
looking.
Yeah.
That's going to be a Baltimore legendary song. But
Yeah.
I went to Atlanta and I didn't hear that song,
Yeah,
so it's like
yeah.
That's
You know.
what we. Yeah, I feel
I
it.
get that.
it's just like you know what I mean, like
I
that.
wonder why that happens. Like, why does certain... Because that song
We
was stuck in
form-
my head earlier,
We
by the
form
way.
different attachments to it.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
they don't
two-step-
use that down there like we do here. So I guess somebody found that song and was like,
And like
this
we can
is
two-step to it.
it.
Oh.
Right.
And then it just went
I think
off.
that is it.
That's
That's
what
one
it
more
was.
T-step.
And it had to have been a DJ because, or somebody
One more
related to a DJ.
T-step and that money dance shit, or whatever you call it.
Oh yeah.
And that's
And I mean
why
that's
Dreams
mainly
and
because they're
Nightmares.
here, so that's more of a locality bias thing too. But
I listen to that shit at least once a week.
yeah, I mean that's what they were saying. I mean in terms of legends, and you know, and to
Y'all
go back
welcome.
to the topic of legends. I
I'm
want
working
to.
on these shots.
Oh, shit,
I
yeah,
want to
you
get this. I
definitely
want to
are.
get this over with.
All right, yeah, let's get this over with.
Yeah.
But to go back to legends, I guess one final time I want to say rest in peace to DMX,
Rest in peace to him.
Yes.
and rest in peace to Black Rob.
Yes.
Rest in peace to
R.I.P.
anybody who
Betty
died in the
White.
last couple.
She ain't dead before she died because of what's coming up.
Yes.
And now this is timestamp, so we gonna have to refer to this to that whenever that day comes.
We said it first.
No, we didn't. That was lyrics. What I just said, we didn't
That was
say
a meme. That was a meme.
Yeah, it was lyrics from that. What's that song? Jesus is the one. Like R.I.P. Betty White. She ain't dead yet, but for when she died, because I know it's coming up.
All right. Well, wait a minute. Get my
That
stuff
edible is really like, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
This has been a Busy Doing Nothing podcast.
Oh, we were still recording?
Well, yeah. I am your host, Mr. Freeman's. To my left, I have.
Prentice, aka Penny D, and to my left I have.
Taylor, aka Doc,
You had to
and
do
to
it, take
my
two of
left
this.
I have Lee.
If you enjoyed this episode, make sure you like, share, subscribe. Go to Dennis.
She geeked.
It's the edible. It's the edible.
I don't know if we should do a second take to this now or what.
We can stop doing one now. Oh,
Alright, and see.
Yo.
Alright. If you enjoyed this episode, make sure you like. The fact that I was trying to get serious and she's still laughing, so even if I was to cut it and go to another. Yeah, we are. Like we gotta get this out.
We almost can do it.
if you enjoyed this episode, make sure you go to like, share, subscribe. Go to www.freemindsclothing.com to get your read-ups. Yeah,
Yeah, I still ain't take that shot though.
let's try this again. If you enjoyed this episode, make sure you like, share, make sure you like, share, subscribe. Go to www.bdnpodcast.com to get the full experience. Go to www.freemindsclothing.com to get your gear. Printed these creations on social media to get your jewelry. Dots Castle LLC to get your read-ups, your blogs, your bottled lamps and products. Go to themodelshop.com to get your hair products, your beauty products, and all of that. So until next time. We do gotta get this out of the way. Like, this took all the fun out of it.
I laughed so hard, my stomach feel weird, so I don't know.
I see what you was doing. You were setting yourself up.
Clearly.
Giving yourself an alibi. So until next time, everybody be safe. Ceasefire, all that.